This
Welcome
is Sports
back.
Chat with
This
Nat.
is Sports Chat with Nat. I'm Natalie W. Baker, and that's Master T.
Oh my gosh, back at it again.
Yeah, we're going to start with the AFC East. We're going to start with them Buffalo Bills. I'm going to start with the Bills.
You want to start with the Bills?
Yeah, we're going to start with the Bills and DeMar Hamlin. But they called Josh Allen the marquee player for the team. He was ranked number 7 as a quarterback. The team as a whole was number 3 last year. Their offense was number 2 overall. Now, they won the division. Josh Allen is a good quarterback. He's ranked number 7. He had 63% completion rating. However, I think he runs too much. And I think by the end of the season, his legs are tired. His body is worn out. And I think that's why they are losing towards the end of the season.
I don't think that he should be running that much. He has some great receivers. You got Stephon Diggs, Knox.
Who was mad with them, and he was in the office talking about some things. They didn't divulge what they were talking about, but what I came away with is he wants to win a Super Bowl. Diggs, he wants to win.
He's come from pretty good teams though. He came from the Vikings at first too, and then with the Bills. So I mean, you can get his frustration, but him and Josh have a really nice magic together. Like I put them both on my fantasy football. If Josh Allen's my quarterback, Stephon is definitely on there because they be racking up points. Ding, 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 ding.
Now we must comment on DeMar Hamlin.
Oh,
now we cannot talk about the Bills and not talk about what happened.
Not at all.
Now going forward, that team will forever be changed. They have generated a CPR takeover. They took over the country with their CPR pledge to have everybody trained. They even had the whole training staff at the ESPYs. So I think his cardiac arrest brought this country together in a way that only a sport could do.
That is true. And I'm sad that it took that long for everybody to kind of do like CPR in a sense. I mean, there's still people who probably still don't, but I know that that was an initiative that they did in Buffalo. Like a lot of people, they got trained for it. So,
and a lot of teams,
for everybody who did that.
Yes. And a lot of teams actually all over the country at every level are actually making sure that their staff is fully trained, because actually I did an interview with the athletic coordinator for Stockbridge High School.
Okay.
His whole staff, everybody must be trained now.
Good.
And if they do not have proper staff, training, medical staff, the games will be canceled. He said, yes.
That's good.
Yes. So moving along, we move to the Dolphins. Now,
I was trying to make a dolphin sound, but I can't.
Now listen, Tua Tagovailoa, whatever the last name is, Tua. Tagovailoa, waka.
That's why we just call him Tua. Nobody can say his last name right.
Now listen, he done went off and went into martial arts and got all beefed up and looking like a lineman and jiu-jitsu and everything.
But he got hit in the head too many times, though.
Listen.
One too many.
Mike McDonald has not been the same head coach since that boy got hurt. Now, they've changed the concussion protocol.
As they should have.
We will see if it makes any difference as far as going forward with the concussions. We will see. They lost Mike White. Mike White from the Jets to the Dolphins. They got a new defensive coordinator and no Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater was an awesome backup quarterback. Teddy is gone.
What? Oh.
Teddy gone.
Did Teddy have a team?
He gone.
Oh,
he gone.
Man.
He's gone.
No,
All right. He gone.
he literally kept the Dolphins alive during
Listen,
the while
he
2-0.
gone. Him gone. He gone. Moving on. The Pats. I've never been a Bill Belichick fan. I'm all I'm gonna say is that they ranked number 27, although they were number 3 in sacks. They had 54 sacks. They have Bill O'Brien as the offensive coordinator now. Steve Belichick is the defensive coordinator. And listen,
Nepotism?
yeah,
Nepotism? Oh.
nepotism. I've never been a Patriot fan, so that's all I'm gonna say about them. The Jets, the Jets, Jets. Now, the Jets have jumped up 13 slots to number 8 with Aaron Rodgers, who gave up almost $40 million so they could go and find a running back. Listen.
What did the Packers do to Aaron?
He went to
what
the
woods.
What
did they be doing to their quarterbacks after like so many seasons that they all leave? Brett Favre went to the Vikings. Aaron to the Jets. And they have longevity. They be there for the seasons for like 10 plus years. What do they
over there? He is over there teaching the linemen how to watch the feet of the opposition so that they will know how to counteract the plays. Aaron Rodgers he eats lunch and the meals he eats with a different unit each time. The units are saying, come eat with us. He's saying, no, I got to eat with them today.
That's so cool.
Listen, he is over there changing the culture of the Jets. Okay. What is he? A 4-time MVP of the league? He is over there changing the Jets. Okay. He's doing his things. They were number 4 in defense. And so look for the Jets to do a little something. Now, I will say this. I do believe
we'll win a division.
I do believe it's going to be neck and neck between them Jets and them Bills.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if the Jets win the division. But
the Bills still make playoffs, though.
I say they make the playoffs, but I would not be surprised if the Jets win the division. AFC West. Let me get them out the way. Let me get that junk out the way. Let me just say this. I didn't mean to call them junk, but let me get them out the way. Denver Broncos. Let's go there. The Chiefs. Let's start with the Chiefs. The defending champs, number 1 last year, number 1 this year, number 1 quarterback. But will it make a difference? Their offensive coordinator, Eric Benary, is gone. He's gone to the Commanders. Is that going to make a difference?
I don't think so. It's Andy Reid.
Because you still got Andy Reid over there. Mm-hmm. So Matt Nagy
got Travis and Pat together.
Now Matt Nagy was a quarterback. He's now the offensive coordinator. Okay. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they ranked number 1. Patrick is number 1.
They got it.
The only thing that they got a problem with is their defense. Their defense is still slack. It gets the job done, but they're not ranked way up there. So let's just be real. We got the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, don't do that right now, because remember,
they got Garoppolo. They got Garoppolo. And they got Garoppolo, who is excited to be back with Josh McDaniels, who was at the New England Patriots forever. And so now he feels like he got somebody to understand now.
McDaniels was a backup for Tom at New England.
And McDaniels is a very clever coach. The Raiders look good today. I know it's preseason, but what I've learned as I've gotten older, if your backups are scrubs and they suck, you are going to suck. Because 100%. If your leaders go out, if your first string gets hurt and your second and third string can't tackle a flea, you ain't got nothing. You have absolutely nothing.
once again, look at San Francisco. They are the blueprint of what needs to
The
be.
blueprint.
The first, second, and third need to be on point.
On point.
1 and 2, not 1, 1, 2, and 3. Bam.
Now, I heard with my own ears, seen it with my own eyes, and let me read this quote from Garoppolo.
Oh, come on, Jimmy.
I never want to be the quarterback that separates himself from the team.
Is that a read to somebody? Who is he trying to read? Who is
Now,
he
was he reading Derek Carr or was he reading Russell Wilson? Huh? Who is at the Denver Broncos now, and he had his own office last year. And the first thing that Sean Payton did was made him come out that office and get with the rest of the team.
Good job, Sean.
So Denver Broncos, they ranked number 28 out of 32. Listen, I love Russell.
He's a good-hearted person.
Congrats, daddy.
On baby number 4.
Listen, he a good daddy.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like a good husband.
Yeah.
But hold up. He need to go on home with Sierra. Go on home with Sierra. Go on home. Y'all keep making babies because your football days is looking shaky. Is that, did you get me? You get me?
I got it. I just don't understand how he went from the Seahawks to the Broncos and started acting real brand new. Because everybody loved him on the Seahawks. And
you know what? I don't know. I don't think they loved him as much as we thought.
We don't? Okay, maybe there might be.
I think they were getting over him.
Okay. I can see that.
His skills were going down. He was over there eating everything Sierra was cooking. He was getting a little chunky. He was getting a little slow.
You know, that mac and cheese and cornbread, you know that?
Listen. He's a cutie pie. I love him. But the Broncos is hitting on nothing. So we got the Chargers in that division. Let me get out this division. I got to get out of this division. Justin Herbert. He got a new contract now. What I did not realize was Justin Herbert is ranked number, wait a minute, he way up there. Number 3 or 4.
Is high.
He's up there. High. He's up there, but listen. I like him and I like the team, but I don't see them doing much again. I really don't. They got a new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore from the Dallas Cowboys. And Dallas was ranked top in the offense for most of the season with that offensive coordinator. He's over at the Chargers. Now, wait a minute. I want to tell you, Justin Herbert is number 2.
2 in what?
Quarterback rating. I was surprised.
Last year?
Listen, let me tell you. His completion listen, 68% completion.
Oh, me.
And the only person ahead of him in completion yardage was Patrick Mahomes.
Really?
Yeah. He quietly ended at number 2 at 4,739 yards. Yeah, he passed Tom Brady that last week. So now, that being said, I still say the Chiefs are going to win that division.
They definitely are.
They're going to win that division. Moving on. AFC South. Let's get to the South before I get to the North. Let's get to the South.
South got something to say, people.
The South is the... And I think the Jags are going to win that division again this year. The Jags, they got 8 coaches.
8?
As part of the 2023 Bill Walsh Diversity Coaching Fellowship. Yeah. 8. All right. Now, they're ranked number 10 overall team-wise. They are the biggest rival of the Tennessee Titans. They added Calvin Ridley to the offense.
Yay, Calvin.
Yeah. Yay. And I really believe that they're going to win that division once again, because I believe that Indianapolis Colts, listen, they got so much disarray over there with their alcoholic owner who
He got a DUI in 2014.
listen, he'd have probably got more than that, but that's the only one they got documented. He said he wasn't gonna give Jonathan Taylor, who was leading Russia in the NFL, he said he ain't gonna give him no money. They hired,
but he gonna let him get traded because that's what he wanted. He wanted to get traded too. And
but he said that we ain't gonna trade you, and we ain't gonna pay you. They picked up Gardner Minshew. Now, they hired the Eagles offensive coordinator as their head coach. They dumped Frank. I said dump, didn't I? But they dumped Frank Rishoff to the Panthers. They got a new offensive coordinator, Jim Bob Cooter.
That don't even sound like a fun name.
And he looked just like his name sound, Jim Bob. He looked just like I said it.
Like a cooter? I don't know what that was.
Yeah. And so he was the Jags passing coordinator. Now, all that sounds well and good. Now, they had Matt Ryan, who they fired before the season was over, who had a very high completion percentage rating. Matt was very high. Matt was number 10. Yeah, Matt was way up there. Matt Ryan was, I'm sorry, it was 67%. He was 17, but that was still very high. They in disarray.
Matty Ice was not ice cold.
Listen, they got all this disarray going over there in the Colts camp. I don't see them doing nothing. They got the Houston. And listen,
Matt Ryan did say something.
Houston Texans.
Oh gosh.
Now listen, Texas is where
Deshaun.
They didn't let us know that we was free for 2 years. Now, they done hired about 5 black coaches over there, and they done fired every one of them. Nate Burleson and Ryan Clark and Stephen A. Smith, all of them say they set them up to fail over there because that team ain't hitting on nothing. They won't pay nobody no money. And then they get them black coaches over there and claim we giving them a chance, but then you can't do nothing with the team because you ain't got no players. Now, what they did this year was they hired former Texan D'Amico Ryan, who was the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers, who had the #1 defense last year. Now, will that make the defense for the Houston Texans better? Who knows?
Nope.
I don't see it. They got C.J. Stroud, #2 overall pick in the draft. All right. He a rookie. But he was the only quarterback to throw 6 touchdowns 3 times. In the season. Yeah, that's big. Now, so you got the Texans. We got the Texans, Jags, Colts, and the Titans.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear this Tennessee Titans, they just make me laugh from that video.
Listen, I love their coach. I love Derrick Henry. I do.
You don't like them to win.
I like their coach. I love their coach. I love the fact that they run the ball. I love a running team. I love a team that runs. But again, I think the Jags will win that division.
They are
running away. With
sunshine.
Running away. Okay.
With sunshine.
Listen.
Trevor Lawrence does look like sunshine.
That's a pretty boy. Let me tell y'all something. He looked just like Sunshine from Remember the Titans. But what I like about him, he is revitalizing the community around the stadium. He noticed that the community was very impoverished. So that's where he's putting his money. Yeah. That's a big thing because when a player, I say the same thing all the time. In every city, if the NFL team and the NBA team would really make it a mission to get the homeless off the street, they could do it. They could do it. They
Especially
could,
because where all the stadiums are at are usually in like the central, impoverished downtown communities. So yeah,
and they could really do something. They could make a difference. I mean, for your $20,000, $30,000 chain around your neck, that's somebody's rent for a whole year or something.
that's somebody's not only rent, but that's somebody's like income, like
come on, guys. Come on,
really
people.
income.
What are we doing? What are we doing? So, okay, so wait a minute. I did the AFC. I did the West. I did the West. I did the South. I did the East. Did I save the best for last? Did I say?
I had to say my division for last. So.
Jerome, come on, baby. We got to do the AFC North.
Yes, everybody, I just snorted. That is one thing.
Let's go through the AFC North. Now, those Bengals, they won.
Who they?
They won. Now, I will say this. I love Joe Burrows, okay? He is cool. He is cool with a purpose. Go back on YouTube and check out my Super Bowl Part 1 video on YouTube, and I'll tell you the story about Joe Burrows and his classmate. That's why he's so cool. I'm not going to tell you now. You need to go to YouTube and look at it. Now,
go back and watch these videos.
Go back. Now, Joe Burrows is hurt right now.
So week 7. Week 7.
I don't know when he's coming back. Jamar Chase said, wait till you 100%, man. We're going to be fine. Wait till you 100%. Joe Burrows, listen, Joe was number 5, 68.3% completion. That's almost 70. The only person better than him was Geno. I think Geno was the only one better than him, completion percentage-wise, because Geno was 69. Geno was the only one better than Joe Burrows. That being said, they picked up Trevor Siemian to replace Brandon Allen, who they got rid of. The coach said on July 27th, there's no timetable for the return of Joe Burrows. That's concerning to me.
That is, because originally they said week 7. So now
they're saying no timetable, okay? Moving right along. All right. Baltimore Ravens. They done paid Lamar Jackson all this money.
Man, how you feel about this? This y'all's biggest rival.
I'll tell you what I feel about that.
This your biggest rival.
First of all, Lamar ain't finished 2 seasons in a row. Now, I don't know if he was faking it or he was really hurt. Okay? Now, if he was faking it, I think that was a piss poor move. I don't like it. If he was really hurt, I wouldn't have paid him all that money because he ain't finished 2 seasons. He ain't played a full season yet. Okay? Yeah.
He's either hurt at the beginning or at the end.
At the end. So that being said, they got a new offensive coordinator. They got the coordinator from Georgia, University of Georgia. Okay?
Go Dogs.
Now, he always wear that wrist thing with the plays on it. He down there flipping and carrying on. That's gone. That's gone. He can't do that no more. Now, when Lamar came in, you know, they give the quarterbacks a test, an aptitude test, to make sure they can read the plays. Okay, they tried to say he couldn't pass the test.
Is that why he had
That's why he gets the thing. Well, that's gone.
It's a cheat sheet.
I'm interested to see how well he performs. Now, let me tell you this, I just found out yesterday. Baltimore Ravens have not lost a preseason game since 2015. What's your point, Natalie Baker? My point is this. When Joe Flacco went out and the backup came in, they still won. When
Yep.
Lamar went out for 2 seasons and the backup came in, they still won. There go our point once again, ladies and gentlemen. We told y'all during the NFC preview, a backup is essential.
Very.
They have not lost a preseason game with their backup players, second and third stringers, since 2015. This is 2023, people.
Did they win? They won yesterday too, right? I think they won. So
they have not lost a preseason game since 2015.
They doing something right.
They're doing something right over there. So they also got rid of Calais Campbell, which was a big.
Now it with my Falcons.
Yes, he's with your Falcons. He's been the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for several years running.
Mm-hmm.
He has a heart of gold. He's a good man off the field and on the field. You guys have picked up a gem, okay? Now, the Ravens did pick up Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers. Lamar said he needed somebody else to pass the ball to. Okay, we'll see what that does. Again, though.
Oh, JP, let's see if you don't get hurt this season.
Let's see. He got a little beefed up, too.
He did.
Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Didn't you forget somebody else? I thought you was going to do them last.
No, okay. Well, I mean, the Cleveland Browns, listen, they got rid of
mention. They're an honorable mention.
They got rid of Jacoby Brissett, which was an excellent backup.
Yeah.
Now they got Deshaun Watson, who I still say is guilty. And I still say because he is guilty, he know he guilty, he know he did the wrong thing. He has not played well since he left Houston, because you cannot play with all that garbage and junk in your head and in your spirit. He know he was wrong. If he weren't wrong, he wouldn't have paid all that money to these people. Mm. And another staffer over in Houston has that same type of issue going on. What they doing in Houston? Huh? Who they doing over there? What they doing in Texas? Everything bigger in Texas, ain't it? What they doing over there? So anyway, Cleveland Browns, they're going to be last in the division again. My Steelers, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Now listen. They got us ranked way down there. I think we're number 16 something. Yeah, number 16. Listen.
I mean, that's not really way down there.
That's right in the middle. That's right in the middle. But let me say this. Kenny Pickett.
Let's talk about him.
Tomlin knew what he was doing when he picked that young boy. That boy is a beast. He is a beast. And they got Santonio Holmes, who caught that winning play, that touchdown for that Super Bowl, that last one we won. He over there working with George Pickens. Yeah, I like that. And I found out that the reason my boy Hines Ward ain't over there coaching wide receivers was he couldn't have free reign over the wide receivers, and Antonio Brown wanted to do what he wanted to do. That's why my Hines Ward is not over there with them receivers. So I said all that to say this.
What y'all Steelers gonna do this season?
I think the offensive line, they've made some moves. They got Kendrick Green over there. He was playing center. Now they got him playing fullback. I wouldn't want to run into him. Okay. Now, Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris could be a really nice 1-2 punch. Najee, although we keep hollering about Najee as a bust, Najee done had over 1,000 yards both seasons. What you want, y'all? Y'all want 2,000 yards? This is not that kind of NFL anymore. They are passing the ball. They just put Don Coryell in the Hall of Fame for being the inventor of the Air Coryell, which is why all of these passing yards is the thing now. Quarterbacks are the key. That's
Yeah.
why they don't want to pay the running backs no more, because it's now the NFL has turned into a passing thing.
It's true.
It really has. They don't run the running backs like they used to. The Earl Campbells, the Emmitt Smiths, the Jim Browns, may he rest in peace, Jesus.
Yeah.
They don't run them like that anymore. But they don't pay them anymore. But you cannot win a Super Bowl if you don't have a running attack. You cannot win a Super Bowl just passing. You are not.
It's a balanced game.
It has to
you
be a
need
balance.
to have runners and pass. I mean, and yeah, you need to have.
I don't care what you're talking about. If it's a picture, if it's a checking account, if it ain't balanced, if it's a relationship, if it ain't balanced, it's raggedy. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I don't care what you're talking about. If it ain't balanced, it ain't gonna work. Now, Tomlin.
I like Mike Tomlin.
Listen.
I like Mike Tomlin. Oh, no.
Mike Tomlin, I think, is one of the best coaches. Do y'all know he is one of the winningest coaches in the league?
That's what I was about to say. And the thing about it is, it's so interesting about him is like, even when the Steelers are down, they always still have a winning season. Like last
always.
season,
Never a losing season.
Right. They have always, even last season when they were like almost about to the brink of having a losing season, they end up winning and end up having what they were like 10-7 last season.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They were, yes, I think they were 10-7.
Listen.
Winning season. And they started off bad.
He is the best. He is not only a player's coach, he's a coach's coach. He's on the committee for the rules. They got new rules. They got he is. I want to tell y'all something. Okay, wait a minute. I want to make sure I tell you right. I want to make sure I tell you right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
She got it, guys.
All right. They got in the whole history. I wanted current coaches. I wanted current coaches, but of the active coaches, he's number 2. Bill Belichick is the only one. Bill Belichick and Andy Reid is the only ones that should be above him. But
he was one of the youngest when he won Super Bowl. He was like the youngest coach at that time. Of course, Sean McVay beat that, but being like 30s. But yeah.
So I will have the exact number where he ranks in coaches when we do the next video on the rules and everything, because he's part of the rules committee. And also we will be talking about the new rules. But what we have given you on this video is AFC.
You forgot one thing.
What did I forget?
Who's gonna win your division?
Our division, I believe the Ravens this year.
The Steelers, you ain't going for your
listen. I'm being realistic. I want us to win. I always want us to win.
Right.
But realistically, I believe it's going to be between the Ravens and the Bengals.
Even with Joe being hurt, you think the Bengals still got a chance?
I don't think he'll be ready week 1, but I think he'll be ready by week 3. Which is still time to take control of the league. I mean, the division. But I still say Baltimore. I don't know how well he's going to do with a new offensive coordinator and no flip chart on his wrist. I think that's going to be a challenge for him. They still have their good backup. They paid him money. I think he's actually a better quarterback than Lamar. I do. I think Lamar runs better, but I think he's a better, well-rounded quarterback. I think Lamar, I just think Lamar's can be weak. I think his passing is not as strong as their backup. He runs better than the backup, but I think the backup is a better passer. I think Cincinnati, they got a good defense. They got a good overall offense.
They do.
Number 8. They were number 8 overall. But the fact that Joe is hurt already.
But he's not. You said week 3. I've read recounts that he's not coming back till week 7. So
again,
that's almost halfway through the season. So
that being said, again, I believe the Ravens will win the division. I think the Ravens will take it this year. I think Lamar will try to stay healthy.
He needs to after being paid that much.
Yeah. So I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs, Jags. I think I'm going to take the Jets. I think the Bills are going to falter. I don't want to say it. I want the Bills to get it because of DeMar and Josh, and they've been so close.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know Aaron Rodgers is changing the Jets, and they were good last year. For them to have Aaron Rodgers in there, literally down in a stance, showing the offensive lineman a play and how to.
It's going to be interesting to watch them. So, and they play them twice, so it's going to be interesting to see. So, I'm excited. So I think they play them. They play them week 1. I think
I got the Jets. I got the Jets. I got the Chiefs. I got the Ravens, and I got the Jaguars.
All right, guys, y'all heard it first.
All right, so that's it. That's the AFC. We've given you NFC and AFC. Now, we're going to come back with the rules, the rule changes, and we're going to give you some pictures so that you can recognize what some of the calls and penalties are.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Sports Chat with Nat with Master T. And we have given you AFC and NFC previews for 2023. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
This is Sports Chat with Nat.